Shivamangalam.
Shivamangalam, Guruve Saranam, Sadguruve Saranam, Guruvin Guruve Saranam, Guruvin Marabe Saranam. Om Vasi Shiva Sitham Guruve Nama. Om Vasi Shiva Sitham Guruve Nama. Om Vasi Shiva Sitham Guruve Nama. Siddhi Vinayaka. So, my name is Sunil Suresh Raikar, a resident of Karnataka, native to a place called Gangavati near Hampi, which is very famous for the Vijayanagara kingdom. So, dad's name is Suresh Lakshman Rao Raikar, and mother's name is Chandrakala Suresh Raikar. So, I belong to this very fascinating place called Hampi. So, what brings me today here? It's a very long story, but I'm trying to cut this short into a very small kind of a storytelling, and I'd like to explain what is Chidambara Rahasya Sutram and how this comes to the world, and what I have experienced in the last almost 5 years, almost 5 to 6 years. So the story goes back when I was in 7th standard, around maybe I'm 11 or 12 years, and I'm actively searching for a guru, and um, I like these things are going inside me. There's a huge turbulence that I need a guru and somebody who's going to teach me a lot of things. And the reason why I want a guru is because I've read some books where my dad brought me all the Mahabharata and the Ramayana books. I studied all of them, read a lot of books, and that uh, ignited a kind of curiosity inside me about all this mystical and spiritual things. Also, my grandmother was a very spiritual person. She used to get into deep meditation. Her name Sulochana Lakshman Rao Raikar. So, and also the thing was, one of my aunt, her name is Arundhati. She first time tried to tell me something about a secret called as a Chidambara Ragasyam that is very famous in South India, what the whole world knows as the Temple of Chidambaram, or what you call as where the secret of Chidambaram is embedded in the Akasha Lingam of the temple. When you come to South India, or specifically in Tamil Nadu, there are 5 basically Panchabhuta Stalams, what we call as the Agni Lingam in Tiruvannamalai. You have the Vayu Lingam in Kalasti in near Tirupati. Then you have the Chidambara, what you call, or the Akasha Lingam in Chidambaram in Tamil Nadu. You have the Prithvi Lingam in Ekambarashwara temple in Kanchipuram. And then you have the Jalalingam in Tiruchirappalli. So all these things, or the Panchabhutams, are places of very immense what you call spiritual activity and secrets. So 7th standard, things are going on. I'm like reading a lot of books. Then around 9th standard, I try to go to a different. I try to find out if anybody is there to teach me something top notch. But then I again fail. I don't find the right guru. And then things go by. I'm in 12th standard, diploma, engineering. But I meet a lot of people in between who are not gurus actually, or you could not call them as acharyas as well. But they're all mystical men. They had all these mystical powers and psychic powers, and they were displaying their ability to do a lot of things which a normal man cannot do. And then so that is like trying to raise my curiosity levels to much more higher what you call things. So I'm like wondering how things are happening in this world, and who is the one who is doing all these things, and how things are going on. But I'm not able to speak to all of these people, where I can get this knowledge. And whenever I try to go to these people and ask for knowledge and ask them to teach me, they're not able to do that. So for various reasons, maybe for a lot of other things, or maybe something is not happening. So again I'm back to square one. I'm like going to college, and then I get into work, and then things are going by. So 2012 is a very important year in my life. So where what happens is I start getting visions, of a lot of things that are going to happen in the future. And but then I do not give so much of attention to it, and then I just subdue them. And then I'm again back into my work normally, professional life. But as I go ahead, a lot of things, havoc breaks up in my family. My mom and dad leave this earth, and they go away forever. That is in 2018. So that is when things take a really um, uh, suddenly something starts hitting me that something is not right. I need to go and find answers. So I try to take, I leave my job. Okay. Things go wrong. Actually, it's not like I leave my job, things go wrong at my job. Things are not working the way I want. So something goes wrong at office and my manager is not happy and something goes wrong. So the situation is that I have to exit the company. So I leave the company where at that point of time, I'm in a very comfortable position, and not many people can actually be at that kind of professional, life. So enjoying my professional life as well, but things are not going the way that means I have to exit. That is what is happening. So um, you know, I take my bike. I plan to go to North India, near Vaishno Devi or something like that, and then I meticulously plan, get all my things together. I take my bike, but then suddenly something changes, and then I ride down south. I come to Bangalore, and then I come to Coimbatore, and then I come to Rameshwaram. Then I travel all over Tamil Nadu for 3 months, searching for an enlightened being who can really help me, because I have heard of, a lot of mystical men in Tamil Nadu. But the problem was I could not speak Tamil at that point of time. I had to. I just came. I just wanted to speak, but the reason in Tamil Nadu is that people don't speak any other language than Tamil. The historical reason for that, which I came to know later, I did not know it at that point of time. So I go back. I go to back to Karnataka, then what you call Maharashtra, and then I go to Indore, and I go to north, Haryana, Uttarakhand, everything, Uttar Pradesh, and then still I don't find anyone who can satisfy me or my my questions. So I like, and again coming back to go back to my hometown. I'm there in Mumbai, and I'm trying to buy a Rudraksha mala, um, where a person called Palaniswamy just comes down just beside me, and then he says, I'll get you a number of a siddha. Then I say, who is a siddha? He says he's an enlightened person. Oh really? Then I'm really happy, please give me the number. So that's the time, 2019 October, I get, sorry, September, I get the number. I call Siddha Vasi Sitham the very next day, and then he asks me to come down to Trichurapalli in Tamil Nadu. I come down, I meet him. So the main point at that point of time is, I really want to check whether if he's really the guru, because the moment I see him, definitely he looks like a very, very, how do I say, what is an enlightened being. The face looks like that, but I still want to check. So me as an engineer will never, take things the way it is. I will check. It could be even if Shiva comes, I want to see whether he's really Shiva or not. So I told him something that, sir, I had been to Germany during my professional life, and I came to know certain things over there. And even in right from my childhood, I've been listening a lot of stories in my family about Chidambara Ragasyam. And I mentioned to him about this temple complex called as the Kailasanatha temple in Ajanta Ellora. Um, Even till today, people do not know how it is being built. It's a very, very monolithic complex. How it was built, and I know how it was built because in my family, it's been like generations. People have been talking about how things happen. They used to tell me about in Hampi, where the Vijayanagara Samrajya happened. um, an enlightened being actually converted a mountain of stone or granite into gold, and his name was Therer Siddhar. So it was actually Agastya Muni's student. Okay, so I am like wondering how things can, how what you call stone can convert into gold and all those things. So these are like, and very specifically because why the story comes in my family is because I belong to a family of goldsmiths, so they know the alchemy of gold, how gold is actually being produced in this earth. Okay, how it happens. So everything is there, but then they said, but there is a certain curse on the goldsmith community where um, a certain siddha actually misused his powers to turn stone into gold. So I'm wondering how stone can actually convert to gold. So that is in my younger years. So but as an engineer, I know what is the metal, the metal and the metallurgy and the properties, when how it can change. So basically all know that what energy can change forms, but it can never be destroyed or created. So something is like connecting. So then I put this question when I met Siddha Vasisiva Sitam, that I am basically a car designer and by profession, So I want to be a master designer. So then I told him about this Ajanta cave complex story and my backstory in Hampi, Vijayanagaram. So what is this? Then he told me one thing. He gave me his answer very beautifully. He never answered what I asked, but he said, um, Sunil, do you know about the Palani Navapasana, what you call Murti, Vigraha in Palani? I said, yes, I've heard about it. And he said, the man or the Siddha who created this, what you call Vigraha of Palani Murugan is not by hands. He said, 9 poisons were fused together to make a 3D form of Murugan, okay, and not by hands. Bogar Siddhar, or what we call as Bogar Muni, he was in deep meditation, and in his what you call deep meditation, he fused the physical 9 poisons. One of them is mercury, the second is cobra poison, and the 7 other poisons are not revealed to this world. So he fused all of this, whatever rasayana, what we call as, into a 3D what you call vigraha, and he made 9 of them. One is there in Palani as Palani Murugan Dandayatapani. The second one is there in a Murugan temple in Pumbarai. And then the 7 are still not revealed to the world. They are in a certain place, hidden from nature and people. It will come out the way one day as it, as the yugas change. So then I was really, I was really amazed, because the question which I asked him about the Ellora caves, the answer came in the form of the Murugan Navapashana, what you call 3D figure. So, and then I exactly know, because he is talking exactly what I want, because and that is what exactly Chidambara Rasam. And then he told me something. He said, um, I'm going to give you this sutra. Can you learn this and chant? I said, what is this? But then I took it, and then as a natural engineer, I never take anything not and face value. I first open it, I dissect it, I want to see what is inside, and then what I do is I try to research about it. At the beginning, Siddha said, you should not go into research and all, you just do what I say. Okay. So the first time when I just did it, it was a 51 step. It just went normally. And then he took me to a temple that is called the Nandikeshwara temple in Thurayur. Okay. And he told me to sit at the south, what you call, um, direction. There's a gate, okay, up to the temple, the gateway. And then he told me sit there, and the door was closed in the evening at 5:30. He just told me to just chant 255 of the sutra, the step. And the moment I did that, a white light flashed in front of me. It was around 5:30. And the moment I finished 255 step, he stood up, I stood up, and then asked me, Sunil, did you feel anything? I said, somebody, I think, took a light and flashed it on my forehead. He said, no, it was not light. It was Nandi Dev, who actually came and give you a darshan in a form of light. The Arul, what we say in Tamil. And then I was really amazed. Okay. And then I came back to my hometown, and then he asked me to do the sadhana. So at that point of time, the COVID came, the COVID outbreak happened, and believe it or not, I was practicing that, and whoever practiced the what you call the Chitambara Rahasya Sutram at that point of time are all alive today. That is one thing I can tell, sure shot. There is no medicine in the world that can take on COVID other than the Chidambara Ragasya Sutram. Not just this thing. Can you believe anybody who can take 6 heart strokes? One heart stroke, a person can die, maybe 1 or 2 or 3. Third heart stroke is heart fail. A person with 6 heart strokes is still alive today. A 17-year-old girl, okay, of Tamil origin, she is there in the US. It's a medical record, on record. She went into coma, and the doctors gave up. The only medicine for coma is the Chidambara Ragasya Sutram, was kept around a year for a month. Every day the loop went, the audio loop was made for her to hear, and she miraculously she has come out of the coma situation. So there are a lot of stories like this. So for me, how I came, how my journey here has been a very fantastic one. So what happens was, I do not know Tamil, so a third person is translating for me in between the guru and me. So a lot of times, a lot of misunderstanding, confusion, and things are going on. So I make it a point that finally I don't want a third person in between to talk between me and the guru. I left everything. I left my job, everything. I left my family, everything. I gave up everything. I came down here, okay, into Trichy in the what you call ashram. I stayed here, and then the guru is not simply giving me anything, he's simply trying to test my patience, and because a real guru is a real guru. He never gives anything for free. It's not that he doesn't want to give it to you. He wants to check your patience. So he told me one thing: surrender all your property, your soul, your mind, and your body at the feet of the guru. This is what he told me. And then I was really angry at this statement, because why should I do all this? I just came here, you just teach me, and I go, I do my sadhana, and I'm all done. But the guru is not, for all those kind of things. There is no transaction here. He says, you really want that kind of a level of jnana, then this is what you need to do. And actually, the statement was only 50%. Now, other 50% he never told me. So it's been 5 years. The other 50% I came to know, that is, when you offer your mind, body, soul, property, everything at the feet of Shiva, then Shiva will offer whatever he has, okay, to you. So that is what is the understanding of when you surrender. So it took around 1008 days for me to a point where he could explain to me a lot of teachings, and so then in this journey I understood a lot of things. So the main part of the Chidambara Ragasutram is in a book called as Tirumandaram, where we have our what you call Moola Guru. We call him as Moola Guru Tirumular. Okay, he is called the grandfather of all the Siddhas. Okay, and he wrote a book called as Tirumandiram, where it has got 3,333 sutras. And Tirumularji said, you don't have to read all the Vedas. You just have to just read this book, and you have all the knowledge of all the Vedas. But normally, if you say Vedas, they say only 4 Vedas. No, there are totally 5 Vedas. Okay, so why 4 Vedas is because when you see Brahma, you has 4 heads. Okay, so 4 Vedas came into this earth. The fifth head was cut down by Bhairava, and it went back to Shiva. Okay, that's why the fifth Veda was never given to mankind. Now there is only one sutra in that Tirumandram book. Okay, what you can see in his hand lap right now, it's called 909 Sutra. Okay, and that alone was never given by Siddha Tirumula to any of his students. Okay, he gave all the 3,332 sutras to all his students at that point of time. This is 5,648 years before, not now, almost 6,000 years. He gives all the sutras, he leaves his body, okay, because he lived for almost 3,000 years plus. Okay, and we have even Agastya Muni, who lived for 4,444 years. Okay, both are friends. Okay, so he does his 3,333 sutras, he leaves the body, he goes back to Shiva. So only one sutra he has not given to his students. So what happens here is, they say there's a Tamil song called as Odi Odi Utkalanda Jyotiyai, and in that they say I don't know what exactly, I cannot speak Tamil very nicely, but it said Koti Koti Mandargal. I mean, that it says that crores of mantra vadiyas, or the crores of what you call people who learnt mantra shastra, okay, they died in search of the Chidambara Ragasyam, what is being relevant or being told in the world today. Okay, and that is embedded in the sutra called 909 Sutram of Tirumandram, and it says in Tamil. Please forgive me for my what you call Tamil language. I am not a Tamil guy. So it says, எண்ணாயிரம் நமசிவாய் ஜபித்தாலும் சூக்குமம் வினை கெடுக்கலாம் சுக்குமமான வழி காணிக்கலாம் சிவன ஆனந்தமே. Okay, that is what it says. It says, when you chant Om Namah Shivaya 8,000 times, you can burn out every karma of your previous lifetimes. Every karma. Okay, 8,000 times Om Namah Shivaya you chant, and you will attain the bliss of Shiva. Okay, every karma of yours gets deleted. This is what it says. But the method has never been given to anybody on this earth. The method became a ragasyam because Tirumularji never gave it to anybody. So all the people who went behind to remove that ragasyam, how to do it. Now, for example, I'll tell you, if you have to chant, for example, any mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, 108 times, you will use basically your hand, your fingers, or a japamala. Imagine you do not have fingers, you do not have a japamala, you never went to school, you should not even do internal counting. You should arrive at a figure exactly 108. How will you do it? You cannot do it, right? So what happens? If you have to chant 8,000 times exactly, how will you do it? It's not possible. Nobody in the world could do it. Even today, it's a challenge. If anybody can do this, okay, chanting Om Namah Shivaya 8,000 times without using a japamala or fingers or any kind of internal counting or external counting, any kind of external aid, you come to 8,000 Om Namah Shivaya. That is where you will find the bliss of Shiva. You find a light which opens, okay, towards Shiva, and every karma of your entire soul becomes completely clean. Okay, and this was the secret. The reason why is because why we should do this is because, for example, I have today breakfast, lunch, dinner. I had 3 times food. Tomorrow, if I have to again have food, I must go to the bathroom, excrete everything, and then I can eat new food. So, what the world is undergoing today is the suffering. You know, they say, I have this problem, I have marital problems, I have money problems, I have health problems. Is all because of karma. Every karma gets deleted, but you are not deleting your old karma and still want new things in your life. It's exactly like, for example, um, a bottle of water where there is already some what you call dirty water inside the bottle, and you want to drink new water inside, drink water. How it is possible? You have to first throw out old water, and then new liquid, maybe milk or anything, can be put inside. Now the problem here is the water in the bottle is already dirty. It cannot change. So something miraculous must happen. For example, my soul has got a lot of negative karma. For example, just think about it. I have negative karma. How do I change my negative karma to positive? That is Chidambara Ragasyam. For example, I'll give you, this is a cow. Here I give water and grass for it to eat. On this side, it gives milk and cow dung. Correct? So now what is happening in between is the cow. That is where Chidambara Ragasya happens. Input is something, output is something. So what output I need is where the process happens. Directed, what you call, um, how do I say this? So input, when you do something, you need a desired output. So the whole world has been only talking about, eating and eating and eating and eating, and never has ever a, a method or a what you call teaching that has come to this world where you can clear your old karma, old baggage, and then a new thing can be put in. And that is what happens here. Okay, so what is happening inside the cow, the grass turning into milk, that is what it is. For example, in our body, when we drink water, it turns into blood. Correct? It turns into energy. What is that happening inside? That is where my Gurunatha says, Siddhavasism, Chittam Param. What we say here, and also one very important thing, his name is Vasi Shiva Chittam, that is given by Shiva himself. Okay, so like I have a body, I can think consciously and act consciously. At the same time, a lot of things are happening unconsciously inside me that are all controlled by subconscious mind. Like for example, the heartbeat, the liver function, everything is happening through some other force which is controlling me, which I could not understand. Even the heartbeat, it's all controlled by somebody else. So what is all these things? All the answers for this you cannot find in the world, and nobody can teach you this thing. There's only one guru in the world today, and his name is Siddha Vasi Shiva Chittam, the one who has conquered Shiva's Chitta. You have to understand, there is nothing outside this, what you call, Shiva, what we say, it is Andavar, okay, in Tamil. Um, and why this Chidambar Ragasyam is coming after 5648 years is because Tamil is the only language in the world which is a language for jnana. There is no other language which can give jnana. For any other thing, you can go to any other language. You can learn as many languages as possible. Only Tamil is the language of jnana. So if you want to go and find out the secrets of Shiva and the universe, there is no other language than Tamil. So anybody in the world, as a researcher or a scientist or a physics particle expert, anybody, you don't know Tamil, you cannot find the secrets out. You have to learn Tamil, and that is where I had to come here. I had to learn Tamil, and my Gurunatha never speaks anything other than Tamil. So when I came here, Gunada said, there is no substitute for penance. So you have to do penance. At the same time, bhakti, devotion, and surrender to Guru is very important, because to me, what was important was, how can anybody call themselves a Guru? My question is very simple. I just asked to myself, if anybody is a guru, then somebody must come and give something. For example, all over in history, whenever you have seen Shiva, whenever he came as a dharma, he gave something to the world. For example, Kubera, he got wealth from Shiva. Narayana got the Sudarshan Chakra from Shiva. Okay, even your Ravanan, he got the Chandrahasa, what you call sword from Shiva. So anybody who did penance and tapas, okay, and when Shiva came, he gave something as a gift, as a proof to the world that this has been given, okay, and that makes you a guru on earth. There can never be any other person you cannot call yourself a guru, and that is where I understood this is the man, and this is the only person in the world today who who is the guru. For example, when Parashurama came, he went to a lot of gurus, okay, he went to every guru and he said, if in the moment the person could not answer his questions, Parashurama took him off. You get my point? So the problem here is, finally he landed up with Dattatreya, and when Dattatreya could show him all those kind of things, and there is when Parashurama says, I am your student, you are my guru. Similarly, today I challenge anybody in the whole world to show that if you are an enlightened being, you must show what has any divine entity or maybe Shiva, okay? Because Jnana is not with anybody. For Jnana, there is only Shiva and Muruga. Only two people, okay, are the authority for Jnana. For any other things, you can go to any other persons. But Shiva cannot be pleased easily, and he will not give you Jnana easily. You have to go to him in a certain way, and that route is not available to the whole world. Today, the Chidambara Ragasyam comes as a direct route. In fact, you can say it's a rocket to reach the ultimate, the ultimate. So I'm telling you, you chant the Chidambara Ragasya Sutram 1008 level, you will never have a heart attack, you will never have health problems, nothing goes on your life. And if you want to climb the ladder and really become a master, okay, then there are other levels as well. So again, I can only tell you about my experience. For example, I drink a cup of tea, only I can understand the taste. You might not understand it. But if you are going through any of these problems in life, you have a bad financial problem, you have marital problems, you have health problems, cancerous problems, everything is all because of your own karma. Nobody is responsible for it. And the only astram to break and destroy this karma is the Chidambara Ragasya Sutram, because it embeds the Shiva Raja Pashupata Astram power, the power of that Raja Pashupata Astra, we say, that can annihilate any karma. Nothing can stand in front of this Chidambara Raga Sutra. You don't have to take my word for it. You simply chant the sutra, experience this for yourself, not just at the worldly level, even at the cosmic level. Okay, and this is a challenge, and this is completely free, because my guru says you cannot give this for money, because his penance for 24 years, the prime of his life in a mountain where snakes could come, or scorpions could come and just touch him or bite him, death could have happened anytime. So 24 years of sacrifice, and Shiva opens up, and then when he comes, he gives this 5,000-year-old secret embedded in the Tirumandiram book, is given by Shiva as a gift, and to tell the world that this is the proof that Shiva came, and for everybody to take benefit of this, and this is being offered free. Okay, so I want everybody in this whole world to please learn this sutra, change your life. You don't have to go to any astrologer in your life. You don't have to go. And please understand, there is no guru in this world except Siddha, Vasi, Shiva, Sitham in the world. Anybody calling yourself a guru, please introspect and just tell the world. If you are really a guru, you must show something the world can believe. You simply cannot call yourself a guru. Please call yourself as a yogi, a sadhaka, or some acharya. You will all have respect. But when you call yourself a guru, because be very careful, a guru means who is more powerful than Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. So if you have the power or the jnana to even overcome Brahma, Vishnu, Mahendran, then we call yourself a guru. If you do not have that kind of a capability and call yourself a guru, please do not call yourself a guru. Please call yourself an acharya. So I'm telling you again, the Chidambara Ragasya Sutram has come to change the world. Okay, and everybody is going to change their lives, and I'm really happy to be a part of the Samara Pitam. Okay, um, and I'm doing all my best, to take this to the world, and I really want everybody to experience this in their life. So I really thank my guru because he accepted me as a student and given me this chance to travel with him, and I'm really happy that, and I want everybody, like, if I can come here and do the penance and take this and change my life forever, I think everybody in the whole world must do this and change their lives. Okay, so thank you for this opportunity, Gurudeva. Sivamangalam.